very much, Steve. Welcome everyone to tonight's inauguration. My name is Malcolm Morris. I'm the CAO for the town of Smith Falls. And one of the attributes of a good politician is the ability to listen. It might take a couple days to get our hearing back after that wonderful performance, so thank you very much, Steve. I would ask everyone to be seated and be comfortable. So it's important that we mark this very auspicious occasion with some ceremony and pomp and circumstance. So I think we've started off on the right foot. I'm going to give just a brief welcome, and I just want to remind everyone how deep the history is here with the town of Smith Falls. The town was incorporated as a corporate entity in 1854. So that makes us 164 years old. And what you're going to witness tonight is the swearing in of the 55th council for the town of Smith Falls. So there's a long history there, and great expectations in terms of managing the town and running things as the citizens have given each person here the mandate to do. So with that, we'll turn it over and start the ceremony in terms of inviting up, right now we have the town solicitor Shane Kelford to do the oaths of office.
Thank you, Malcolm. So it's my pleasure to be able to attend as the town solicitor to swear in our new council and mayor. We're going to do this in alphabetical order. So I'm going to call up first Wendy Alford. So Wendy, do you prefer to affirm or swear on the Bible?
I will affirm.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to read the oath of office, starting there.
I, Wendy Alford, having been elected to the office of councillor in the town of Smith Falls, do solemnly promise and declare I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
And do you swear that this is true?
I do.
Thank you. Can I just ask you to sign the declaration? Thank you very much. Congratulations. Okay, so next, Lorraine Allen. Do you prefer to affirm or swear on the Bible? Thank you. Just have you read. Starting there, Lorraine.
I, Lorraine Allen, having been elected to the office of a councillor in the town of Smith Falls, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect if made under oath.
And do you swear that this is true, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jay Brennan. You prefer to affirm or the Bible, Jay?
Bible.
Okay. I'll just have you read, starting there.
I, Jay Brennan, having been elected to the office of councillor in the town of Smiths Falls, do solemnly promise and declare that I will faithfully, truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that there is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
You swear this is true, so help
I
you God?
do.
Congratulations. Nikki Dwyer. Do you prefer to affirm or swear on the Bible?
I will affirm.
Okay. I'm just going to have you read, starting right there.
Thank you. I, Nikki Dwyer, having been elected to the office of councillor for the town of Smiths Falls, do solemnly promise and declare that, 1, I will truly, faithfully, and impartially execute this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. 2, I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any other improper manner. 3, I will disclose any pecuniary interest, indirect or direct, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. And 4, I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And I do make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Do you swear that this is true?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jay.
Chris McGuire. Do I swear on the Bible or affirm, Chris?
Please, the Bible.
Okay, just put your hand in the Bible. Get you take it there and just read from the I.
I, Christopher McGuire, having been elected to the office of councillor in the town of Smiths Falls, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truthfully, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
You swear that this is true, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll just get you to sign here, Chris. Great, thanks. Peter McKenna. Can't wait to get down here.
Efficiency.
Do you swear on the Bible or affirm?
Affirm.
Okay. I should read starting right there.
I, Peter McKenna, having been elected to the office of councillor in the town of Smiths Falls, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. And I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be the true and knowing it that it is of the same force and effect as if it were made under oath.
Do you swear that this is true?
I do.
Congratulations. Sean Panko. Would you like to swear in the Bible or affirm?
I will swear.
Okay.
I, Sean Panko, having been elected to the office of mayor in the town of Smiths Falls, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or in any other improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, and I make the solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
And do you swear that this is true, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
So that completes the swearing in of our new council.
Smiths Falls proudly proclaims Rise at the Falls. Her proclamation is a pledge to move onward and upward. The expectation placed upon and the challenge given to those who are granted positions of trust and leadership is that a way will be found that every one of the more than 9,000 people who call Smiths Falls home will rise up together. That those who join the adventure that is this community will be included in the promise that Smiths Falls is a caring community that provides citizens with a superior quality of life through effective and innovative services. To this end, a new and renewed leadership team is assembled. It's common at the beginning of important endeavors that some pray and some pledge. If your disposition is one of prayer, we shall join in prayer. If your disposition suggests a pledge, please consider these words such. We gather this evening to pray for and to pledge ourselves to a courageous curiosity, that we will ask questions that have not been asked before, that we will honor inspiration rather than imitation, that through bold questions and daring innovation, others will ask, how did Smiths Falls do it? We pray for and pledge ourselves to a courageous compassion and care that sought after prosperity will yield an even greater generosity, that place-making, community building that includes parks and waterfront, playgrounds and pavilions, festivals and fairs, will always consider and include the comfort, dignity, and identity of our most vulnerable community members. We pray for and pledge ourselves to a courageous collaboration, that the best gifts of our community will be received and shared to the benefit of all. That we will accept that the best ideas are not always our own. That sometimes we lead and sometimes we support. That sometimes our vital contribution will be silent, unseen, unknown, except to a few. We pray for and pledge ourselves to the living out of our guiding principles: integrity and honesty, accountability and transparency, being citizen-focused and service-oriented, of sustainability and of respect. We pray for and pledge ourselves to that quality of leadership that causes those who have given us this trust to say with admiration, "Rise up, look what's happening in Smiths Falls." Amen. Amen.
Okay, so that concludes the formal part of the inauguration. So at this point, I'll turn it over to the new mayor, Mr. Pankow.
Thank you. My responsibility to call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome friends and family to our inaugural meeting. I'd like to thank Shane Kelfer for being here today to swear us in, Reverend Ryan for such words of inspiration and words for us to live by during this term of council. I've got a few announcements this evening. Our pre-budget open house will be held this Wednesday, December 5th at 7 p.m. at the Smiths Falls Memorial Community Center, the upstairs hall. Everyone is welcome. We'd love to see a great turnout to learn about some of the bones of this year's budget early on. Also, boards and committees, the deadline for boards and committee applications has been extended until December 5th. If you have not yet applied to be part of a board of committee and are interested in doing so, please email Nadine Bennett at nbennett@smithsfalls.ca. Applications are also available at the town hall from reception. 2018 will long be remembered as a pivotal time for our community. 2018 will be regarded as a year that Tweed burst beyond its original footprint, acquired neighboring properties, and through additions and expansions moved towards 1 million square feet of production space, backed by the support of about 1,000 employees locally. At the same time, we welcome LeBoat to our community as it opened its first venture into Canada and launched its North American headquarters in Smiths Falls. LeBoat welcomed approximately 1,500 visitors, and through its media and marketing efforts has been able to put the Rideau Canal and Smiths Falls in front of almost 200 million people worldwide. We have seen the volume of construction in town rise to levels we could not have previously anticipated, and we expect to see this trend continue as local builders and developers ramp up construction in an effort to meet the growing demand for homes. I believe the work of the retiring council has helped position us for an unprecedented level of growth and will enable us to complete major construction projects, including the Beckwith Street redevelopment, the replacement of our water tower, and the redesign and renewal of the Lombard and Abbott intersection. We've started the process to revitalize this municipal complex as we move to create more suitable workspace for our staff, a more functional and service-oriented environment for all, and of course to meet accessibility requirements. As we transition from one council to another today, we can look back with the satisfaction of knowing we were able to move this community forward over the past 4 years. More importantly, we can look forward with a strong sense of optimism and confidence that we're well prepared to maintain the momentum of growth we've experienced over the past couple of years. I'm very excited to be sitting here today with two other returning members of council, Councilors Lorraine Allen and Jay Brennan, and I'm very pleased to welcome 4 new councilors-elect, now councilors, Wendy Elford, Nikki Dwyer, Christopher McGuire, and Peter McKenna. I'm confident the people of Smiths Falls have chosen the right people who will work together with a unified desire and objective of moving this community forward in a way that will benefit all our citizens and business owners. I say without reservation that the collective wisdom and diversity of this group will lead us to the best decisions. I'm confident you have elected a council that will build upon the successes of our most recent strategic plan and will establish new exciting priorities we will commit to completing over the next 4 years. I know I speak on behalf of every member of this council when I say we're excited to serve the people of Smiths Falls for the next 4 years and are very anxious to get started with the real work and making a difference for everyone in our community. The pace of change in our town will continue to accelerate in the coming years. We are truly a community on the rise, and we all look forward to doing the best we can to enable and facilitate the growth while preserving the incredible quality of life you can only find in Smiths Falls. I'll ask for disclosure of monetary interest on tonight's agenda. Hearing none, we have no delegations, we have no adoption of minutes. Reports, normally it's an area where members of council will report on meetings they've attended, things they've been involved in. At this moment, I just want to ask any member of council if they'd like to say a few words. No, we're good? Oh, Councillor Brennan?
So I'm really excited for the next 4 years, and I was chatting with the mayor earlier and talking about the last term, and when you're halfway through it, it's thinking the 4 years is a long time, but this evening I'm thinking, where did the 8 years go? We've got a new faces here. I'm really looking forward to working with each and every one of you, and onward and upward we go.
Great, thank you. Okay, we have a little bit of business to look after today. Bylaws, our first bylaw is with Councillor Brennan, please.
Thank you. I'm happy to say this. Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor McGuire, that a bylaw to appoint an acting mayor for each month of the current term of council be received and read a first time and taken as read a second time.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Brennan, second by Councillor McGuire. I get used to saying that, I guess.
Yeah.
Bylaw 9997-2018, that bylaw to appoint an acting mayor for each month of the current term of council be received and read a first time and taken as read a second time. All in favor? Carried. Discussion, Councillor Brennan?
This is the first act of every council, and as per our procedural bylaw, what it means is that each of us will take a turn in alphabetical order on a monthly basis to preside as acting mayor when the mayor is not present at a council meeting, or the mayor is unable to attend a function or any meetings that he has to go to and he can't go to. So we'll start, I think Councillor Alford will be taking December over, so she'll be chairing our committee of whole meetings and taking over for Sean whenever he can't make it. So that's what that is.
Okay, thank you. Any further comments? Third reading, please.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor McGuire, that a bylaw to appoint an acting mayor for each month of the current term of council be now read a third time and finally passed, signed, sealed, and numbered 9997-2018.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Brennan, second by Councillor McGuire. Bylaw 9997-2018, that a bylaw to appoint an acting mayor for each month of the current term of council be now read a third time and finally passed, signed, sealed, and numbered 9997-2018. All in favor? Carried. We have no miscellaneous motions. Any inquiries or announcements? None. We'll move right to adjournment, which is with Councillor Alford, please.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor McKenna, that this council adjourn its proceedings at 5:27 PM and stand so adjourned until the next duly called meeting of council.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Alford, second by Councillor McKenna. This council adjourns proceedings at 5:27 PM and stands so adjourned until the next duly called meeting of council. All in favor? We're adjourned.
Leo would be really happy I'm sitting beside you.